Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would video you something different today. So if you're on my Facebook group, you know I have got into doing the diamond nail art. Thank you very much, Emma. I am now addicted. So I thought I would, like when you get the kits, it can be a little bit daunting because you get this rolled up piece. Let me show you this. I've just organised those. But it comes all rolled up together in one big package. So when you first get it out, roll it out and get something like, I use a really big book and sit it on top of it to flatten out. I call it a canvas. It is a canvas, but it's not a canvas. It's a very weird texture and it's sticky, but it just makes life a bit easier. So because my desk is normally my nail desk, so it's quite, it's not very wide. Let's move it out and you'll see what I mean. Yeah, so okay, yeah, that's kind of where I am. There's my fingers. You still can't see, but never mind. So what I do is I kind of roll it towards the other edge. So yes, I've got a dip here, but that's fine because when I get to that bit, my hands are going to be on that bit, so it will kind of flatten it as I'm going along. So you kind of want the first bit to be flat. And what I do before anything else is, so down this side, these are the numbers of the packages and the symbols that go with them. Okay, so this one is a bit confusing actually because I don't like the symbols. With a lot of the ones that I've done, they have been like A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, very straightforward. These are there's some weird frigging symbols going on here, which are just not necessary, and it does look a little bit like a cross stitch. But what I do is I put them in numerical order first. So I lay them out. Oh, throw them away. Yeah, it's close enough. We know what we're doing. And then what I do is, because if you were to do it straight out of these packs, right, you can't close these packs back up. So once they're open, they're open. And that is liable just for your diamonds to end up scattered everywhere. And it's not plausible. It's a pain. If you had to take those and do all of that colour in one foul swoop, because this is sticky underneath, so you peel this back, this is all sticky, your hand gets stuck to different bits. It's not a good, in my opinion, you can do it however you like, but in my opinion, it's not a good format. I have just sent the children to bed, but you know. So what I do is, if you have, these are little pots. These little pots. These are what we normally store our crystals in. Sometimes people store glitter or filmo fruits, leaves. You know, I generally use them for nail art for storing my crystals. So they work brilliantly for these as well. So what I do, I come along with a Sharpie and I just put all of the symbols on top of the boxes. Don't worry, because what you do is when you're finished, you just get some isopropyl alcohol on a wipe and you can wipe the Sharpie off and it comes straight off, and then you can relabel them for your next project. The great thing is the fact that it keeps them all organised. You shut the lid, so even if you knock this off your desk, chances are, not always, but most of the time, it will survive intact because these have got little clips on them. And then you've got the main clips, move those out of the way, when you clip them down. So it keeps them all nicely organised for this particular one. And then, you know, when you come to use them, I don't use them directly out of here. I will decant them into the little trays that you get. Okay. And I've got a couple of them. So if I'm, say, swapping between a couple of colours, then I've got them laid out. That does have its pitfalls though, so you do need to make sure that you know which colour you're doing what, or where, or which one is which. So I made that mistake the other day when the similars were very coloured. The similars were very coloured to each other. It's been a long day. The colours were very similar to each other and I got it wrong. But yeah, so that's what I use. And you get these weird little pens. I'm going to see if I can try and show you one now. Hang on. we go. So you get one of these, which is what they give you to pick it up with. I find that absolute crap. I don't like it whatsoever. I mean, it does work, but it's just... it's a wee bit painful. I'll show you what I mean. Let's take out... So there you go. See, I can just take out B, and then I can find where I want B on here. So when I use this, you have to really kind of line it up and kind of try and push hard to get it to... I don't like it. It just never works for me. So I use wax pencils. See? Look how easy that was. I have just upgraded. I had white ones, and that was a bit of a pain because it left a bit of white sometimes when you're... it's not so much when you're starting off, but when you're trying to put that one that fills in and you've got to push down a bit more to get it to fit into the gap. It would leave a little bit of a white streak, and yes, it would rub off, but it wouldn't always all fully rub off. So I've just bought these, which are now clear ones. But I mean, why the hell you need one that size? I mean, that's huge. I can poke people across the room with that. That's ridiculous. It's going to last me a long time though. So yeah, these are, I mean, I paid £3, I think, for about 5 of these. So they're not expensive. And if... honestly, do yourselves a favour if you're starting this, you know, if you try and use this thing, right, and you try and use these out of these packs, you're going to put yourself off doing this, and you're going to drive yourself nuts. And these are the mistakes I made. So, yeah, what I do now, it takes a little bit of prep, goes a long way. I mean, these tubs are... about £4 each. I normally get, yeah, 2 for £8. So they're not expensive, these tubs at all. So you get all these tubs. All right, it comes with 1 pack. And I have never gone more than this amount. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 20 yeah, 28. So you only need 1 pack. I have 2 on the go at the moment. In fact, I've got loads of them, but that's beside the point. So yeah, get one of these for storing it, because then what happens is you can. What I love about these is the fact you can pick them up and put them down very easily. So when I have to suddenly wrangle the kids, I don't have to worry about stuff drying on me. You know, literally all I do is just pour this back into whichever number it was, shut my lid up, and make sure I put the sticky back down, and then I can go off and do whatever, come back and do a bit more. It involves no brain power, really. It's creating and it's art, but it's not having to design something yourself. You're not having to really overthink it. You can have 0 creative abilities yourself whatsoever. If you are not an arty person, it doesn't matter. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. But yeah, I do a little bit of prep beforehand. All right, and then what I do is I'm just going to cut the corner off this one. And I'm just going to whack that in there. They do sometimes get some odd ones mixed up in there. See, I've got a couple of grey ones, but that's fine. As I turn it out, I'll just get rid of the ones that aren't supposed to be there. It's just the way the packs are done. Okay, so then once I have put all of these into my crystal tray, that's the word I'm going, that thing over there, yes, that. What I have found is, now I have tried these a couple of ways now, of which way do I want to start it? What do I want to do? And I have come to like starting from this side and working my way this way, but downwards, okay? So I will start and I will pull down the front of this, just a few. So because the blue stops there, I say, right, that's my area I'm going to work in. And my hand stays on this bit. So I can put my tray here, crystal picker, and I can literally just go do, 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 do. Right? So it's nice, quick, easy movements. I'm not touching the sticky at any point, because if you take the sticky off this, your crystals are not going to stick very well. Okay, and you don't want the sticky on your hand, because it's not fun. So yeah, I start from there and do it like that. And I wasn't going to post a video because I thought this has got nothing to do with nails, but I was really intrigued because there are videos of people doing these, like time lapse and stuff like that, which I'm not going to do. So I was then curious, because there are, Emma does a lot of these, who's on my group. Hi, Emma. That was a little creepy, wasn't it? Wasn't meant to be. So I'm interested to see how other people do it. I mean, I could do a time-lapse video, but honestly, that probably never going to happen, because I would just pick up and put this down all the time. I'm really into the paint by numbers as well. I have learned so many new tips, and I'm looking forward to experiment with that as well. It's not that I've gone off nails, it's just the fact that life at the minute has been so chaotic. The start of this year, it is literally running around like a blue ass fly. I haven't taken a breath. Honestly, work is just so bad at the moment, and there's nothing I can do about it. We've just got to endure this. That when I sit down to do nails, 1, I'm on a timer. 2, I've got to come up with a design. 3, I've got to actually have enough brain cells to implement the design. And sometimes, I mean, like last night, or yesterday, for example, I started work at 7:30. I worked all the way through to 5:30. I had no breaks whatsoever, because I was just thrown from meeting to meeting, to phone to phone. It was just horrific. That I got home, I walked through the front door, I just about managed to put food in my mouth, but by that point I didn't want to eat, because I had gone so long without eating that day. And then I just went and lay down upstairs. I cannot do anything, I'm just done. And normally I couldn't even pick up and do a bit of crystal or anything like that. So please don't panic. This isn't a, oh no, she's not going to do nails video. It's not. This is just, I was just prepping this, ready to start this new one, and thought, hey, do you know what? I'll do something a bit different. Whack this on, because I know you like my waffle at you, and it was something different. There are going to be more nails coming. I'm always kind of work a month in advance on my nail designs. I will try to do some more acrylic ones, because I know people love the acrylics, but obviously that just takes me longer, and I have to have the time to do it. But yeah, so there will be nail videos coming. I just thought I would whack this in here just as a little hello, really. And this is what I'm currently doing at the moment. And like I say, if you do these yourself, and you do it differently, and you've got any tips or tricks or whatever, please tell me, because I want to know. I want to learn. I have made the most mega epic disaster of a paint by numbers. It wasn't going well. It really wasn't. I did one, and I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm quite chuffed with that. I like that. But this next one, it just wasn't going well. And I started watching a lot of YouTube videos and started to pick up some tips and tricks. And then when I used those, I was like, oh my God, I can so see the difference here. But then it got to the point that I could see how well I was doing it then, that it made what I'd done before look even worse. If it was humanly possible, it did get worse. The point was like, I am never going to hang that. I am never going to finish. I don't like it at all. The kids have now got that one. They can play with it. They can finish it off. And now I'm going to start a new one, and I'm not going to do a video on that just yet, because I want to try these new techniques, and I want to learn, and I want to see how it goes. But if you do, want to see a bit, because I mean, I'm not going to sit here and do this because this is really boring. That's not creative at all. This was just purely, I thought I would show you how I prep ready to do them, because I think these are handy little tips, and they've really made a difference to my enjoyment and being, yeah, I like prepping. I like storage. This is storage. This is fun. But if you do want me to do some like tips and tricks on paint by numbers of what I've learned so far, I mean, I've done 3, 4 was a disaster. So I'm by no means an expert. I'm definitely beginner level. But yeah, I'm happy to make something and show you what I've learnt, if that's something you would like as well. So let me know in the comments. I'm going to finish doing these, and I'm going to finish drinking my gin, and I'm going to start this. And I will catch you in another video, a nail video, very, very shortly. Catch you soon.